Lupin the Third is a show about a gentleman thief and his lavish escapades with his two partners in crime, Daisuke Jigen and Ishikawa Goemon, and also his fickle love interest, Fujiko Mine. Then you've got Zenigata, an ICPO agent who can never quite catch Lupin. So what's the appeal of this anime? Well, it's a really old show dating back to 1971 when it released its first episode. That started Lupin the Third Part 1. It was mainly a wacky episodic adventure where each episode you never knew what part of the world Lupin would be in. Years later, in 1977, Lupin the Third Part 2 aired. Part 3 aired only from 1984 to 1985, clocking in at 50 episodes. Sure, these episodes are sometimes clever and a little funny, but they don't hold up to modern standards of anime. What I really want to talk about is parts 4, 5, and 6. Those are the only series worth watching. Let's break down Lupin for a second. He is supposed to be the grandson of the character Arsène Lupin, which is an early 20th century French fictional character. But that's pretty much all the information we can piece together. Lupin is overpowered, but in an incredulous way. He is so smart that he can steal pretty much any item he wants, be it the Mona Lisa or even the literal statue of Jesus Christ in Rio de Janeiro. Yeah, look that episode up. But his main flaw is, well, it's his love interest, Fujiko Mine. Fujiko is a femme fatale whose main goal in life is to get an expensive treasure, and she usually entices Lupin to do it for her. While Fujiko is quite flaky with her love for Lupin, his best friend, Daisuke Jigen, always sticks around. Jigen is a sharpshooter who never leaves home without his Smith & Wesson Model 19, which is just this huge magnum. Jigen is loyal, but the samurai Ishikawa Goemon has a rivalry with Lupin, dating back to part 1. Goemon's treasured weapon is his sword named Zentetskin, which means iron-cutting sword in Japanese. Right now in parts 4 through 6, he is usually there to help Lupin, but this entire crew has had a history of venturing out alone for their respective solo adventures. Finally, Zenigata, the police agent who works tirelessly to find and capture Lupin, is the last member of this ensemble. Why do I love this show? It's because this anime is really cool. Seriously, Lupin outwits the cops and the bad guys at almost every turn. Jigen can snipe people with a magnum, and Goemon literally cuts cars in half. But the ultimate mesh of the 70s wacky phenomena with the realistic technology and situations of the modern day really make for a unique show. There's a lot of history embedded into the stories, and this shows how the fine art sort of intertwines into the historical context that it's from. Another major appeal of this anime is blending of episodic adventures with an overarching story, something that, if done right, can make a legendary anime. One episode will recount a time where Lupin solved a mystery at an old castle overnight, and then the next episode will pick up where you left off with the main story that has been building over the entire season. I like little breaks from the story, and yes, the breaks can be ill-timed, true, but the stories are so intriguing that I don't really mind it. I even thoroughly enjoy Jigen and Goemon centered episodes because they have well-written personalities. The last point I will make about this show is the setting and scenery. They do a wonderful job of integrating the country's culture into the storyline, whether it is as simple as putting a crepe into an episode in France or discussing Da Vinci's masterpieces while residing in Italy. So if you like experiencing different peoples and their culture, this anime will surely appeal to you. Definitely give this show a chance. Start off with part 4, because you don't need to watch the first 3 parts unless you really want to see some 70s, 80s animation. But yeah, Lupin is just an incredible show. Let me leave you guys with a scene that perfectly captures the essence of this anime.
That's why, Jigen. Until the story's over, I really want to keep on being Lupin the Third.